Ooh, here's a name I can say from the Eradicator.
Hello and welcome back to this channel, everybody. This is the Eradicator, and in this video we are going to continue to examine what has been done, what has been datamined here with the latest PTU patch Star Season Alpha 3.7.2. These are things that are probably going to come out in 3.8 or 3.9 all the way to 4.0. But nevertheless, there are very interesting possible indications about what could eventually go get to the live servers in the near future. Again, guys, these are things that need to be taken with a grain of salt, because we never know what is going to be kept by CIG and what is going to be left alone, what is going to be delayed, or what is going to be cancelled. So again, guys, please take this with a grain of salt. But before we get moving, guys, let's talk about the giveaways, because this month I've got about $200 of giveaways. I am first giving away for all the subscribers of this YouTube channel a Aurora Legionnaire with LTI and Squadron 42 and Star Citizen. All you need to do to get a chance of winning is to subscribe to this channel and to comment to any videos posted this month. The winner will be announced during CitizenCon, but that's not all. I've also got for my Patreons a Drag Loot and Scoop package with Star Citizen and a Cutlass and a Dragonfly. So this is all for all the people who support me on Patreon. The link is in the description down below if you want to support. Pledges start at $1 a month, and they really help the channel to provide you more content and also more giveaways for everybody. All right, guys, now that being said, let's talk about what's coming up in the Law System V2. So the first thing that we're going to talk about here are infractions. There are right now there are a couple of infractions already in the game, but this is going to be expanded in the near future with the Law System V2. First, let's talk about trespassing here. Right now there is some trespassing. For example, if you're going towards a Como Ray, then if you're not authorized, you're not in the mission, then you will be strongly advised to leave the area, and if you don't, you will get eventually a fine. Now this is going to be expanded. It says willfully entering and remaining on private or public property that they do not own, nor have been granted permission from the owner. Very interesting, by the way. So does it mean that, for example, when we go to one of those private properties on Daymar, you know, or Yela perhaps, then we're gonna get that. That is something that we don't really know. Or maybe if we're getting towards one of those bunkers that belong to Hurston Dynamics on Hurston perhaps, or is this an indication that finally player bases are going to come in the future and we're going to have a surprise at CitizenCon? I don't know, it's all speculation here, but it's always interesting to have new info being put down here. 17 aggravated assault, the infliction of harm into another being with a deadly weapon, either willfully or accidentally. So if you shoot somebody and you injured somebody, then it will be called aggravated assault. Delinquent restitution, willfully failed to make sufficient bona fide efforts to fully pay criminal monetary penalties and allowed fines to accumulate to such a degree that compulsory repayment is required. That is very interesting. So if you that is the crime of not paying your fines. Basically, if you don't pay your fines, you're going to have this extra crime called delinquent restitution, which is going to increase, I guess, the bounty on you or the crime stat. This is something that we'll have more details also about in the future. Then there's trespassing first degree. I think that's the one that we already have right now. Now look at that. Battery first degree and second degree. Intentionally applying physical force to another being, such as that it causes bodily harm up to the past of point of rendering them unconscious. And then intentionally applying physical force to another being without that person's consent. That is the second degree here. So that is because, you know, we're gonna have fist fights in the future. So if we engage into fist fights, then we're gonna get fights. But what if we want to have a fight? You know, what if it is a fight club? I wonder if CIG is going to take under it's going to take under consideration that people will want to actually have fistfight competitions. This is certainly something in which I do want to engage. So please, CIG, please allow us to make the difference between being willing to engage in a fist fight, you know, or being not willing. Or is our fist fights going to be illegal all the way everywhere except in some places like maybe Grimex? I don't know. But it is going to be interesting to see. Now, let's talk a little bit about fine terminals as well. We're also going to talk about vehicle impounding at the end, because this is also something that is very interesting to talk about. First, there's been a FAQ regarding fine terminals. So how are fines attributed to me? Most fines are issued directly by members of law enforcement. Some result from violations detected by ships and Mobiglass and automatically broadcast to the ECN. What sort of things can I get fined for? For a complete list of finable offenses and misdemeanors applicable in your current jurisdiction, please consult your Mobiglass. That is not something that we don't know already. We already know that, right? Why did I receive a fine for something legal elsewhere? Certain jurisdictions have different laws. You should always check the legality of your cargo when entering a new jurisdiction. Yeah, that's true. This is also something that is available in the Mobiglass. My ship, wait, listen to that, guys. My ship was stolen. Why am I still receiving fines? Unless you report your vehicle stolen to the law enforcement, that can be easily done on an ASOP terminal, you are still considered the legal owner of the ship and responsible for certain crimes perpetrated with it. Very interesting. And that is because, let's say, for example, you are in a convoy or a group, you give your ship to someone else, that someone else commits a crime, it's your ship, you are responsible. So only if the ship is considered stolen, then would you not be responsible. I like that idea, and I like the idea of saying, hey, my ship was stolen, please discharge me of any responsibilities. Then, what are escalated fines? To encourage prompt payment, the Office of Imperial Justice, OIG, provides offenders a short period where newly acquired fines may be settled at a discounted rate. If payment is not made before this period expires, the fine escalates with both price and severity. What happens if I don't pay my escalated fines? If you accumulate enough unpaid escalated fines, you will be issued a crime stat. The heavier your escalated fines, the faster this will happen. The OIG strongly urges everyone to pay their fines regularly and on time. What if I receive an fine in error or fine in error? Oh yeah, a fine in error, sorry. If you think you have received a fine in error, please contact the issue council. While mistakes are rare, we are trying to improve the system all the time, and your feedback is welcome. So here, that is not going to be in-game. If you have a fine that you're not supposed to get, there's nothing you can do in-game. You have to put that in the issue council. I like that. Alright guys, there's one more thing that I'd like to talk about is vehicle impounding in ASOP terminal. So apparently there's gonna be a ship selector, pay fine description. This vehicle has been impounded, a fine must be paid to release it. So apparently what I believe is that in the future, when we're gonna have the new law system, if your ship is not properly landed, that if you don't hear the landing complete from the terminal, from the facility that you are landing at, if you don't hear landing complete, that the ship is going to be considered improperly packed, and you will be receiving a parking violation for that. If in the future, coming very soon, if you are going to make a parking violation, you will not be able to use your ship until you pay your fine. Right now, the fine is automatically being deducted, but in the future, you will have to pay your fine, and then you'll be able to take your ship again. I also like this idea here, although I did enjoy the fact that the ship was automatic, that the ship was automatic. I mean, the fine was automatically paid. But I guess that they want to encourage people to park their ships a little bit better. We've also learned a couple of things that we've also learned. We also learned that the large rest and relax rest stops are going to have hubs, which is a relief, because probably we don't want to be stopping at Port Olisar all the time in the future if it still exists. So that is also good news. A couple of other descriptions regarding New Babbage and Horizon, but nothing that we didn't know already. So that's it for this video, guys. Please tell me what you think in the comments down below about the upcoming improvements of the law system. I am personally very excited about those, and I cannot wait to do some bounty hunting and check out those new fine system as well. So yeah, 3.8 and 3.9 can't come soon enough. That's all for this video, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Star Citizen videos. This is the Eradicator. I am signing out.